favorite. And the first thing that I'm going to say about mine is to always be prepared, because we weren't today and we just spent a long time trying to get music to work. So
have a backup speaker.
Yeah,
backup speaker.
When you go to tournaments, know that you're doing mime and be prepared for that. Make sure you have a speaker that works with your phone or a CD that will work. Like, that's just kind of unprofessional to be in a room and be like, can I use somebody's speaker? Or like whatever. Obviously technical things happen, but be prepared and be ready, because that's a big part of mime. Because it's a silly event, but like it takes a lot of work.
Time limit is 4 to 6 minutes, and it's pretty easy to get in that since you have music to go off of. So it'd be easy to stay in that.
Yeah, it's 1 to 3 people, and the number of chairs like differs, I guess.
You can have 1 chair per person, but you don't have to use all of them.
So if you're doing a mime by yourself, you have 1 chair. 2 people, 2 chairs. But if you're doing a 3-person mime, you only want to use 1 or 2 chairs, that's okay. You don't have to use them all. Make sure you make your music beforehand. That's important.
Sound effects are fun, but don't overdo it because it can mess with.
Yeah. No human voices at all. Don't use anything with singing.
Can't touch.
Yeah, don't touch each other. So if like you're hugging, like you're going to do this. And like actually hug. Yes.
Also, you cannot mouth words.
Yeah, don't do that. That's bad.
You can't even like move your mouth either. Learned that recently.
So like if you're like in our mom, like I called for her once and you just like do this. You can't like talk at all. So it's a really fun event, but it takes some work. So now we're doing mime for you. This mime is called Be Careful When You're Looking at the Sun Too Long.
Hey Hannah,
Yeah.
what does number 2 say? Someone asked me what number 2 was. What does it say?
I don't have the paper.
What does number 2 say?
Instrumental blank must be used to provide mood and music.
Wait, what?
Instrumental what?
Wait, instrumental what? Instrumental blank must be used to provide mood and sounds?
Music!
Music.
Instrumental music!
Yeah. Sounds is the same thing. Music's made up of sounds.
Hey guys, just talk about that for a second. I actually had to do a mime, and it was a serious mime, and our music didn't work because we weren't prepared. It was the most awkward thing I've ever done in my life. Make sure you have music because it's so bad when you don't.
But, did she leave the room and not perform?
No,
Yeah,
I still it was terrible, and we
That will result, if you say, oh, my music didn't work, so we didn't perform. Well, you won't get your tournament grade, okay? You have to perform.
Yeah, I've done mime for a long time, and I've seen people perform without music. They just do it. If it's skipping the whole way through, they do it anyway. Like, you gotta perform. You can't just like walk out and be like, sorry guys.
So
Didn't work out this
if
time.
your music doesn't work, if you can find just an instrumental track on YouTube, just play it and just make it work. That's your music. Find some random instrumental music you have on your phone. The option is never to not do your mime because your music doesn't work.
If it stops in the middle, you keep going.
We had someone happen in our room, and on their phone, their music, they got a notification when it came on, and it stopped their music completely, and they kept going, and for the next 15 seconds, the entire room thought it was planned. Because they didn't break, they didn't stop, they kept going. So even if something goes wrong, which it will because we're people, keep going in every event, just keep going.
Yeah, and if your music is on your phone, turn your phone on airplane mode before you perform.
That's great advice. You should write that down.
You'll not get any
You should
notifications.
write that down.
The music will not stop.
Whitaker has no idea what to write down because he was talking to Gabe. Airplane mode.
I know.
Airplane mode on your phone if you're using your phone. And guys, if your shoe flies off and hits the judge, keep going.
That has happened to me.
That's what you did on purpose.
Like it was planned.
I don't know. Oh, also, when you're doing mime, do not wear a skirt.
No.
It's very distracting. We made that mistake and we got a mean comment on our ballot.
Good.
Okay.
Improv or storytelling, or
Yeah.
your solo or duet requires that you get on the floor.
You know what?
If you're like an intert person who just like stands there for tournament, you can wear a skirt. Otherwise, if like you're moving at all, be professional, wear pants. It's good. And the last thing about mine is sound check. Yeah.
Tell them the whole thing and never see. Tell them what they're gonna do.
So when you get into a mime room, oh, I forgot this. You've never been to a tournament. Okay. When you get into a mime room, set up your chairs, make sure your music works. You should probably test out your music before you get in the room, like when you're practicing in the hallway or something. But get in the room and say, Judge, may we have a sound check? And that just means, can we test our music really fast, make sure it's working before we like actually do it.
As in volume.
So Emily, can we have a sound check?
No.
And then like you can ask the audience like, is that good? Make sure they can hear it. Okay. So yeah, that's mine. I think that's pretty much it. It's a really fun event. It's good for like just make a lot of noise with your chairs.
For
Yes.
your bodies.
Also, if you have more than just yourself in a group, I would email your music to the other people. That way, if your phone dies or if your speaker stops working and you can borrow somebody else's, but your phone doesn't adapt to that speaker, somebody else can do that.
Yeah, make sure you either have multiple phones on it, or if you have a laptop and you're willing to bring that to tournament, that's a good idea. Like just always, always, always have backups. So yeah.
And we talked in improv, you can change characters in improv, you can also change characters in mime. Right?
Just like do a little throw thing.
Same deal.
Time change, character change, whatever.
But don't do that too much, junior high kids. Don't go crazy with that because mine can get really confusing if you're playing 5 characters.
Yeah.
I play too, but it's like for like 2 seconds. I turn around and look something.
Use it this much. Use that trick this much in mine.
Yeah, and also mine have plot that makes sense to you, but not only to you, show it to people's class, make sure it makes sense. Don't tell them what it is, like make them guess. Because if your mime doesn't make sense, then like you're not gonna go anywhere with it.
Your mime must have a plot.
One more thing, make sure in mind you have lots of continuity. Like if you pick up a glass, put it back down. I've seen people pick up glass and they're phantom glasses. They like let go and they're gone,
Yeah.
or like they're moving, they're mowing the lawn and then it just disappears like it's a phantom. Make sure you have all of it. Or like yeah.
And mine, it can be serious. I've seen a few serious ones that are really good, but usually they're just really quirky, really funny, and just yeah, that's what I like to do. So, all right.